Hi, welcome to the introduction to the shell scripting language. So, this is a course journey to become a productive engineer. So, this is the first session in the first video. In the first session, I think there is only single video in this session. Let's see. So, session on outline. So, introduction to the shell scripting. So, types of the shell, then basic shell program and syntax that we'll see in this video session. So introduction to the shell. So shell is a Unix, the Linux terminology for an interface between a user and an kernel in Linux operating system environment. Shell provides user with an interface and accept the human readable commands or higher level programs into the and convert into the system understandable the machine language or binary language. It executes those commands or higher level scripts, or you can say program, which can run automatically and can perform the operations as per the predefined script or arguments. Okay, so this all kind of the set of the commands and the arguments are declared inside the script. So just we need to simply source the script on the command line interface. So rest of thing will be done by the interface itself. So we already are familiar with the Unix system architecture. So here the kernel is the nucleus, or you can say the core of the operating system, Linux operating system. So what is the job of this cell here? So cell environment, or you can say cell this there are the different flavor in the cell that we'll be learning in the upcoming slides. So cell converts the higher level program you know to the lower level program. So here there is a user end. So user source the script, or it runs some program, and cell will understand it and interpret into the machine language. It convert into the machine language based on the interpretation. So kernel, after the kernel, based on the input given from the cell, it will run the control and regulate the hardware to perform some ALU some function. So you can say this handshaking operation will be done. So this cell is the main structure, or you can say it's the primary structure which in this operating system, which convert the higher level language into the lower level program. So based on that, kernel will understand and it will do the handshake process between the hardware and the user end, isn't it? So like any script we can source from the system by using the keyboard or the mouse, or so this will be taken as the input and we can see the output on the monitor. So there is some the internal layers which do these jobs interpretation. So that layer is called the cell interface in this Unix environment. So types of the cell. So there are two main cells in the Linux. So the bourne shell. So the prompt for this cell is dollar syntax. So its derivatives are listed below. So born again cell. So that is also known as the bash. Okay, so then C cell. So prompt for this cell is given by this percentage symbol, or sometime it will be the greater than symbol. So and its subcategories are the C cell, also known as the CSH, then top C cell. This will be using in this cell module, and we'll club this some set of the cell flavor. It's not only just we'll be covering the TCS related cell environment. We will see another cell environment, simple cell also will cover, CSH also will cover, isn't it? So top C cell also known as the TCSH. Now dollar hash. So this is the syntax actually. So this operator, so this is an operator, is also called the shebang operator, which directs the script to interpreter location. Okay, so this need to be captured at the first line of the script. Based on that only, you know, the this the the script, you know, will check the syntax and the set of the command to context to the interpretation location. So that we'll see in one example. So when we run the script or when we execute the script, that time that cell need to know which context to which flavor we have written this program. So for that we need to declare at the first line, so that is called the shebang operator. So we need to give the path of this that interpreter location. So like whether the script we have written into the bash flavor or csh flavor or tcsh flavor, so that we need to pass as an argument along with this operator. So if we use $hash forward slash bin forward slash tcsh, so the scripts get directed to the top C cell. So it will check the syntax command syntax with context to the CSH flavor, which TCSH flavor, which is sitting to this bin directory in the root location, isn't it? So this how we will get the output on the terminal screen. So sometime what happen if we write the script into the say the bash flavor, okay, and if we declare this at the first line, so that will be the confusing for the cell. So it will return with error because syntax are not matching, but 90 to 95% the syntax and the commands are the same, but especially the loop concept. So the loop concept syntax will be slightly different for this different flavors, like if loop, for loop, and while loop. So there are the multiple for each loop. So this different loop will have the different syntax. So that's why, when our script consists some carry some the complex structure of the command, so we need to declare the shebang operator, you know so then only we'll be knowing whether the script got executed or not. So you can see this is the shebang operator. Generally we need to write on the first line, so this is an optional, but we must need to know that on which flavor we want to execute the script. So script consists the set of the Linux command and the syntax, which may be different from flavor to flavor, like sh, csh, bash, etc. So one example we have taken hello world. So you can see here in this the first line is the shebang operator, the declaration. Okay, so has explanatory sign. So this shebang operator. After that we are writing the location on which this flavor is sitting, which where the tcsh the interpreter location is sitting. It is sitting inside the bin directory and the bin is sitting inside the user directory. So this I had taken from the it this path will be different. So this path will be different from the from machine to machine. So that we need to check. So we need to check where this the tcs flavor is sitting. So on which this interface I was working, so this tcsh flavor was sitting in this location starting from root directory. Okay, suppose if you want to see where this this interpreter this location, you need to write on the Linux terminal $0. So which space $0 will return the path of the interpreter location. So it will return with this. Just need to copy and paste here on the first line. So we need to write this which space $0 it will return with on which flavor we are working. So just we need to write here, and with context to that we need to run the script. Okay, so now writing first program. So we have written this program using the Vim editor. So you can see this is a one underscore hello world. So here at the down it will show the the file name. So you can see this is the this has represent it is a comment. So echo space hello world. So this we have written, and we had saved this file. So after writing this program, we need to give the execution permission to run the or you can say execute this program. So for that, we need to we need to go to the go back to the terminal, and we need to write the chmod. Chmod means change mode, changing the mode of the permission, to execute this file. So it sets the execution permission plus X on this file. So you can see now the color got highlighted with the green. So means this file is now executable script. So this already we are familiar in the Linux module. So how to set the permission and all. So you can visit the Linux the course video session. So that I will give on to this description of this video. Okay, so now we are executing this first program. So we can see here there are the multiple way to execute the shell program. So you can see here, let me take the marker. So just we can pass like this. So dot forward slash. So this is the first way. Means at the current directory this file is sitting. So since this is executable, so when we press the tab, so this one underscore tab, so the full thing will be written automatically if suppose it is executable. If it is not executable, then we need to write it manually. We can't use the tab. We can't get written with the full name. So you can see the hello world is written as the output. Now there is another way. Since the syntax, this is the very straightforward basic program. So syntax is same. So we can execute this with sh. So sh space one underscore hello world. So in this case sh space one underscore. Then if we tab, even though if it is not executable, then also it will be printed with full name, but it has to be executable. So now hello world is written. So this and another the csh. So here this way also we can get the output tcsh then bash. So there are the multiple way to run the script, but since here the syntax the command syntax are same throughout all the different flavor, so we are getting the output same. So there is no there is no error in this case. But when we write some complex program, that time we need to stick to particular the cell flavor on which we are writing the program. So we shall know the command and the syntax related to the that cell package, or you can say to that cell flavor. So let me erase this. So dot forward slash. Okay, so we use this since we had declared the Shebang operator on the first line. So the kernel will identify with context to which cell flavor it has to check the command syntax to execute the program, isn't it? So we can see here. So this syntax, since this command syntax is same for all the flavor, we are returning with the same result, isn't it? Okay, thank you.